Hey everybody, welcome back to Video Game Esoteric, and we got a fun episode for you guys this week because there's a new product on the market. Is the SNES to 3DO controller adapter. Now this is not a sponsored video. A friend of mine from Discord, both on my Discord and the 3DO Discord, has developed this product, and I told him to help him out and to get it in front of more eyes, I would do a review on this unit and I would also give it away. But it is something that somebody sent me and I always want to make you guys aware of that. Before we get too far involved, do me a huge favor, go down below, hit like, subscribe, and that notification bell definitely helps us out. And if you feel so inclined and want to support the channel, we have a Patreon link down below as well. But this is an awesome product because, one, there used to be a 3DO to SNES adapter on the market back when the 3DO existed, and it is extremely expensive. Two, it's awesome to use Super Nintendo controllers on your 3DO. But taking a look at the unit, it is a 3D printed case, but I will say this is some of the best quality 3D printing I've seen so far. The seams are perfect. It's just a really nice print. Now, I don't know anything about 3D printing, so you can tell me what you guys think, but I am impressed. And I also like the fact that he inverted the control port so each one has its own direction. And you'll see on top there is a button with an LED right next to it because this adapter has multiple modes. I'm going to put them right up on screen here. The first mode is SNES compatibility mode. It works with Super Nintendo controllers, Super Famicom controllers, and Bluetooth Super Nintendo controllers. The second mode is arcade mode. You can use a mouse and controller at the same time to play games like Orbitrack. And the third is you can turn it into mouse mode. It is compatible with Super Nintendo mice, as well as the Hyperkin third-party adapter for a mouse. What I really appreciate what Robert did was he gave you so much cord length. I am 5'6", I am not tall, and this comes up to about my chin from the floor. So you're talking 5 feet from the console, which is great. But comparing the Super Nintendo controller, in this instance Super Famicom, against the 3DO, having that extra button is a huge thing for games that utilize it on the 3DO because the standard controller can be hard for things like Street Fighter or otherwise. And I will say, while I have no major complaints about the quality of the 3DO controller, the D-pad on the Super Nintendo controller is definitely better, so that is also a plus. And hey, I've got a drawer of Super Nintendo controllers, I may as well use them versus 3DO every once in a while. But taking a look around the case again, there's a lot of nice features. On the back you have a daisy chain extension port for 3DO controllers, and if we keep just moving the unit around, it's marked for player 1 and player 2, and this is compatible with multi-tap, so you can do 8-player games on 3DO with SNES controllers. But there is a USB-C port as well for firmware updates because Robert is currently working on getting this to function with the 3DO M2, which for the 8 people that own it will be awesome, and congratulations Robert for having the first aftermarket modded product for the 3DO M2. Never thought I'd see that happen, but it definitely will be soon. But it's a really extremely easy thing to set up. Nobody can get this wrong. You plug the 3DO controller cable into the port up on front, and then you plug a Super Nintendo controller into player 1 or player 2, however you're configuring it, in the front of the adapter. And I wiggled the hell out of this thing. It does not move. It makes a nice snug connection without being too hard to insert, and that's it. Now your Super Nintendo controller should function on the 3DO, but of course we have to test this. Even though Robert's a friend, I told him I would put it through its paces. So let's just pop in Escape from Monster Manor. It's a first-person shooting game. It is quite good, but we'll get a real sense of if there's any inherent lag in this, and that's why I'm using a PVM, so I'm not introducing any lag into the equation outside of what, if any, this SNES to 3DO adapter will give you. And what I can safely say is, as far as playing this game is concerned, everything feels perfect. When I push the D-pad up and down on the options menu, the screen reacts exactly how I would expect it. So if there is any lag in the input, it is imperceivable, and you'll have absolutely no issue playing this versus using an original 3DO controller. But I just love the D-pad on the Super Nintendo controller. It's second only to the Sega Saturn, so it really is great to have this functionality. And 3DO controllers, while not expensive, are probably twice the price as a good Super Nintendo or Super Famicom controller. And as far as aftermarket decent Super Nintendo controllers, they are everywhere. There is no such thing anymore as an aftermarket 3DO controller. 8BitDo is not going to make a Bluetooth 3DO controller for your system, and because this is compatible with those, if you already have one, all you need is this adapter. You plug it in and you're playing whatever you want from your couch, no wires, on your 3DO, and I think that is absolutely incredible, and I am definitely probably going to buy one just for that function because I actually don't have a wireless controller. But the shoulder buttons work perfectly for strafing. It's got everything that I am looking for, and the nice thing is, if you have one 3DO controller and you've got a couple Super Nintendo controllers sitting around, you want to play a 2-player game, you can now do that because you have extra options. But you will see the button on top cycles through the modes. Just hold it down for like 2 to 3 seconds and it'll flash 2 LEDs 3 LEDs or 1 LED depending on what mode it is in. And I do like the fact that it gives you mouse support for the Super Nintendo mouse because those are much cheaper than 3DO mice, and it also gives you the ability to play the arcade games. There's only one it works with, but it's awesome because it was so hard to do it beforehand. But taking a look inside, obviously I can't review something if I don't check the quality. All of the solder is good, the board is put together well, the wiring harness is clean, and it also has that nice strain relief on top. So as far as everything how this is made, I see no issues whatsoever, so I can definitely give it the thumbs up as far as construction is concerned. And again, on the inside, the 3D printing is very good. You have this button, he made a light pipe for that LED, and all these ridges here are uniform and nice. It is some of the best 3D printing I've seen. Cat Pen approves. But the great thing is just how much cheaper this product is compared to what is on the market. But if you go to controlleradapters.com, this is how you can get the unit from Robert. It comes in multiple colors. Now I am giving this one away, but I didn't want to say right up front how to do it because people love to just skip to the giveaways. So just put your favorite 3DO game in the description below and I will consider that an entry, and I will let you know who wins next Friday right after I post the video. I will put it on my community page. But I like that you have the Super Nintendo colors. I like that you have the Sharp Twin Famicom red. I told Robert he should make a Super Famicom colored with a little bit of rainbow, and he's definitely into that. But you can see you can use 2 Super Nintendo controllers. You can use multi-taps for up to 8 players. You've got compatibility with mice and the 8-bit wireless receiver. It has everything you're going to possibly need, and it does give you directions on the modes. And I know Robert mentioned to me he's going to be writing a PDF instruction booklet. But if you want to ask him any questions in particular, he does have this message us feature, and I was playing around. I was going to send him a little bit of a ridiculous message here, but unfortunately it seems like this blocks fake phone numbers because I didn't want to type my real phone number on screen, and you guys all have it, so apparently it is not going to accept this very charming and oh so mature phone number that I decided to enter in. So I definitely give the adapter a 10 out of 10, and I give the website a 0 out of 10 for taking that joke phone number. But the best part about this adapter is if you wanted to buy one of the old ones that existed during the 3DO times, if you can even find one, there's one on eBay right now, it's going to run you at least $120. So that's what this unit is awesome for. It's available, it exists, and it's half the price. But yeah, this was a video for a friend. Like I said, it's kind of sponsored content because I'm giving it away, but of course he's not paying me for this, and I'm allowed to say whatever I want about it. But I want to highlight another person doing cool things in the community. Short of that, do me a huge favor, go down below, hit like, subscribe with that notification bell. Definitely helps us out. I'll be back next Friday with another video on whatever I feel like it, and Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday are always on the same theme. Short of that, this is an awesome adapter. If you need something for your 3DO, 100% go ahead and pick it up. Otherwise, we hope you enjoyed the video. Any questions or comments, so leave them down below, and we will see you guys next time. Bye bye.